Hi, in my multimedia presentation, I'm going to be talking about my life and how my dad exposing me to many different sports taught me valuable lessons that I carry with me today. I was born on August 14, 2001 in Paris, France. I lived there for 3 years until my parents decided to move to Raleigh, North Carolina to raise their family. Once we moved to North Carolina and I began to settle in, I joined my first soccer team. I can't remember much from those days, but I have some photos to show you what I looked like. This was the beginning of my career as a soccer player. I also learned to swim during the time I lived in North Carolina and participated in my local club's swim team every summer. This was at ages 4 to 5, so I was quite young, but I competed as best as I could and learned to swim, kind of. We spent 2 years in North Carolina and then moved across the country to Chandler, Arizona. At this point in my life, my dad, whose name is Christoph, began to expose me to as many sports as possible. My dad grew up being a pioneer of dangerous bike stunts in his little French town and would always tell me about how he experimented with anything wheeled and rode it as fast as he could. As he grew up, Christoph began skiing, windsurfing, skate sailing, mountain biking, surfing, and sailing. My dad developed a passion for the ocean that he would transmit to me. Now back to my life. I stuck with soccer all 4 years, but my dad wanted me to try as many sports as possible, even if I did not show any natural talent. In Arizona, I tried golf, joined a baseball team, balled up on the court, sailed with my dad, and did triathlons. I recall my dad telling me that one reason he signed me up for golf lessons was that one day my boss might ask me to hit balls, and knowing how to play golf can be a life skill. I continued to participate in summer swim team to improve my swimming. I also learned to ski when my parents would take my two sisters and I on ski trips. I enjoyed playing all of these sports as a kid, but never found one that I truly loved until about 7 or 8 years old. Once a year, every year, my family and I traveled to Virginia Beach, Virginia to visit my grandparents. In 2006, my dad taught me to surf in Virginia at the age of 5, and I developed a passion for it the following couple years. While still living in Arizona, I found myself longing for the ocean and constantly looking forward to our summer trip to Virginia where I could surf. During these visits, my dad and I would surf every day together and cherish the days we had by the ocean until we'd return to the desert. This all changed in 2011 when my family moved to Los Gatos, California, where the ocean is only a short drive from our house. Here, my dad and I surfed a ton, and it became our main hobby that we do together. Although I had found a sport that I truly loved to do, my dad still pushed me to try new things. In California, I tried rugby, water polo, mountain biking, backpacking, basketball, wrestling, cross country, scuba diving, and continued to play soccer until age 14. At age 14, I entered high school and decided to play water polo because I was not good enough to make the soccer team, and partly because I wanted to wear a Speedo. Hee 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 hee, JK. I enjoyed playing water polo because it was the hardest sport I had ever tried and forced me to work hard. I cannot say I loved the sport, but I do like it and think it's a beautiful sport. Currently, at the age of 16, I'm still playing water polo, but I find myself happiest when I'm surfing, body surfing, sailing, or skiing with my dad. My dad pushing me throughout my life to try new sports, even if I wasn't great at them, is something that will stick with me forever. I never became proficient in one single sport, but I'm okay with that. Through learning how to play several sports, I developed self-confidence, and the switching of teams and coaches throughout my life made it easier for me to find new friends when I moved to a new school. And in the future, when my boss asks me to join him or her to go hit balls, go for a sail, or play some rugby, I'll be ready. Also, through surfing, skiing, and sailing, my dad and I will always have something to bond over and do together. I get sad thinking about the time after I graduate from high school, when my dad will not have his surfing buddy of 12 years to paddle out with him. Thank you.